In this episode of Reliever Reconnaissance, we're going to break down San Francisco Giants rookie Camilo Doval. We'll take a look at Doval's pitch mix, his 2021 performance, and then discuss where you should be drafting him based on his current ADP. A relatively unheralded prospect, the 24-year-old has been racking up strikeouts as a reliever in the Giants minor league system for 4 years. He's a two-pitch pitcher, focusing on a fastball that averages 98.6 miles per hour, but can touch triple digits, and a wipeout slider that had a nearly 20% swinging strike rate on the season. Even though it's just a two-pitch mix, we can see here how the two pitches work off of one another to give him success. After debuting in mid-April, Doval had 5 strong outings before allowing 8 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings in May and getting demoted back to AAA. However, Doval would return to the big leagues on August 12th and wound up saving consecutive games in September with his team vying for the National League West Championship. So when looking at his results for the 2021 season, we really need to break it up into 2 separate splits, one between April 18th and May 20th, and another between August 12th and September 29th. Analyzing how he adjusted will give us crucial insight into what we can expect in 2022. Let's start by highlighting some important differences in pitch usage and effectiveness over those 2 periods we just mentioned. In this table, you can see the difference in Doval's numbers from his first stint in the majors to his second. Not only in just his ratios, but the clear gains in swinging strike rate and slight improvement in his zone rate as well. To build off that zone rate discussion, here's his pitch plot from the first stint in the major leagues. We can see some of his command issues with the fastball up and out of the zone and the slider too far off the plate low and away to righties. When viewing his numbers on Brooks Baseball, we can see how each pitch fared by month during that first taste of the big leagues. It's clear that Doval became too reliant on the slider, and since he struggled with his command, it made him predictable, which led to those high batting averages against, and ultimately, his demotion. However, when he returned to the big leagues on August 12th, we saw a different pitcher. In his first outing, he fired 2 shutout innings, giving up a hit and striking out 4 batters. He was sent back down so the Giants could get more rested arms on the big league bullpen, but then he returned for good in September. We already discussed his impressive metrics from that August return on, but perhaps most importantly, he also had a very nice 69% strike rate, and as we can see from his pitch plot, curtailed some of the extreme high and low misses from earlier in the season. This directly contributed to his success, and we can see it in results by pitch type in each month. These numbers illustrate Doval's trust in his fastball this time around as he ramped up the usage, with tremendous results on batting average against in particular, and good swinging strike rates for a 4-seam fastball. Not being forced to rely too much on his slider will be a key in Doval's development, and it certainly doesn't hurt that he can hit 101.7 miles per hour with his fastball while breaking off devastating sliders. However, the fact that he was able to produce these numbers in the middle of a pennant race without being bothered says a lot about the composure of the 24-year-old, and it's a crucial component of being a good closer. Now, the big question is, where should you draft him? Doval's ADP from January 1st to January 27th, when we're recording this, is 160th overall, which makes him the 12th reliever off the board, right after Craig Kimbrell and ahead of Blake Trinan. When deciding where to draft Doval, we have to factor in his manager, Gabe Kapler. Even going back to his time with the Phillies, Gabe Kapler has preferred to deploy multiple closers, and 8 different relievers recorded a save for the Giants last year. Even with Jake McGee having tremendous success, Tyler Rogers still consistently factored in at the end of games, which suggests that even if Doval is the closer, he likely won't have the role entirely to himself. However, the Giants only got 1 save during the 2021 playoffs, and it was Camilo Doval being called on to pitch 2 innings. He was also called on to pitch in a tie game in the 9th in the series finale, in which he ultimately gave up a hit by pitch and 2 hits to get saddled with the loss. Still, it shows the confidence that Kapler has in the young closer, including leaving him in to face the left-handed Bellinger with McGee available in the bullpen. As a result, we at Reliever Recon feel confident that Doval is the primary saves option for the Giants to begin 2022. However, we also expect McGee to remain in the mix for ancillary saves. As a result, Doval ranks 14th for us in our initial reliever rankings, just behind Corey Knebel and ahead of Jordan Romano. So while that is slightly below his current ADP, he wouldn't be too much of a reach where he's currently going if you truly believed in him. But he should not be counted on as your number 1 relief option in fantasy leagues.